Hey y'all, welcome to the second episode of the Wrestle Zone. I was originally going to call it Wrestle Chat, but as I mentioned in the first video, after that I decided against it. Wrestle Zone is a better title. At least to me it is. So I watched Raw Monday night. Something that. Something I haven't been doing a lot. Mostly been watching SmackDown. Interesting thing is I didn't watch SmackDown last night. I was busy listening to Halloween music. So on Raw, Paul Heyman came out and issued a challenge to Goldberg from Brock Lesnar to fight anywhere, anytime, or any place. Which I'm guessing will either be at Survivor Series or WrestleMania. So, but Goldberg is going to be on the next Raw Monday night, so check that out. Definitely be worth it. Another match that was announced was it will be the first ever women's division Hell in a Cell match inside the cell. Sasha Banks, the champion, versus Charlotte, which is Ric Flair's daughter. That's going to be a hell of a match. One thing that they WWE needs to do is to let go of this PG crap. I mean, it was a failed idea. Let it go. I mean, you can't have a Hell in a Cell match without blood. I mean, it's called Hell in a Cell for a reason. So, just something to think about. Roman Reigns will be wrestling Rusev for the U.S. title inside the cell as well. So that should be very good. As far as I know, Kevin Owens versus Seth Rollins will also be for the Universal title. That will be inside the cell as well. In my personal opinion, the all the matches at something like Hell in a Cell will be should be contested inside the cell, but that's not the case. Just like with the Elimination Chamber, there's only 2 Elimination Chamber matches, or sometimes there's only 1. It's kind of stupid, really. Another thing is that the Royal Rumble. Now, in my opinion, the Divas should have their own Royal Rumble match, or not? They're not the Divas anymore. The women's division, and have the same rules as the men have. That'd make it more interesting. Haven't heard too much about TNA buying or WWE buying TNA's tape library, but I know they were supposed to. That should be interesting, depending on what they do with it. I mean, sometimes companies buy like things like that and they don't ever do anything with it. For example, Disney has the last Ernest movie in its vault that they have not done anything with. It's called Ernest the Pirate. And the guy that played Ernest, Jim Varney, passed away in, I think it was 2000. So 16 years after his death, you still haven't seen Ernest the Pirate released. So not everybody that purchases the rights to things like that does anything with it. So it's kind of stupid to pay for the rights for something you're not going to use. That's just my opinion. I mean, what do I know? But whatever. Haven't heard anything about The Undertaker lately. I got a couple friends that keep asking me about that, and I'm like, well, I don't know. I mean, you know it when you see him. All I can say is I've heard he might show up as, around Survivor Series. I heard he might show up at the Royal Rumble. But until you actually see him come out to the ring, take it with a grain of salt. Now, a lot of people didn't like his biker persona from 2000 through 2003 when he did that as the American Badass. But I thought it was cool. Obviously not as cool as his Dead Man persona, but still it was interesting to watch. I'm going to play this song now. It's one of the themes that he used during that period. He's had several themes over the years. This is just one of the ones I thought was cool from that biker American Badass Big Evil persona. Here it is.
You've done it now. You've made a big mistake, and I can't allow you to think you can just walk away. So turn around and face the piper you're gonna pay. 'Cause the end is now. This is gonna be your judgment day. A cheap shot. That's the way that you play the game. I was blindsided, but things will never, ever be the same. Nice guys, it said they always finish last. But badasses are always kicking assholes' ass. You're gonna pay, you're gonna pay. There's no forgiveness this time. You're gonna pay, you're gonna pay. It's my business, you're mine. You're gonna pay, you're gonna pay. I'm burning these walls to the ground. You're gonna pay, you're gonna pay. I'm gonna bring you down. You're gonna pay, you're gonna pay. You're gonna pay, you're gonna pay. No more chances, no more excuses, no lies. Your story's ending. Time to say your goodbyes. Nice guys, they said they always finish last. But badasses always kicking assholes' ass.
So how was that? Pretty cool, huh? That's one of the themes. Just played it off of YouTube, so I don't have it on CD or anything. So YouTube has basically everything that you could want for stuff like that, to listen to all the old themes and whatnot. So the next, there's a couple of other matches that are booked for Hell in a Cell that aren't in the cell, which is pointless in my opinion. So those will probably be the cornier matches of the night. But how many pay-per-views are actually good? From beginning to end, right? Not many, especially this day and age. So, but I ever heard of how Jeff Jarrett's company is doing Global Force Wrestling, I think it's called. It's in Japan, as far as I know. I haven't heard how he's doing with that. As far as I know, he's still got it. Kurt Hawkins is supposed to be back on SmackDown at some point soon. I'm sure some of you remember Kurt Hawkins. I remember him somewhat. It's not somebody I really paid attention to, so I'm not too worried about it either way. I guess doing the match with the Bray Wyatt last night, Kane disappeared, so wondered what's going on with that. Like I said, I didn't watch it last night. So, and checking the results this morning, it doesn't look like I really missed too much except for the Bray Wyatt match against Orton and Kane. So, whatever. I will be watching Raw on Monday night, though, to see what Goldberg has to say. And see how that goes. As I said in episode 1 of Wrestle Zone, they owe us another match simply because, well, when we all watched WrestleMania 20, I mean you can get the DVD or whatever of it still available. It took him forever to even lock up. It just both guys were leaving the company at the time, and neither one cared. So putting it in the main event was a big mistake. I'm sure Vince McMahon realized that after, but more people were watching Stone Cold Steve Austin doing that match than the two guys that were actually wrestling. What's that tell you? So, but yeah, they owe us a good match. So they're both signed with the company now. So if it happens, it'll probably be an epic match. If it happens in Survivor Series, I'd say it's got a good chance to be match of the night. I don't know too many things that will top it. But like I said, nothing's really been booked for Survivor Series yet, so that's over a month away, so we got a ways to go. And I think Tables, Ladders, and Chairs is still the December pay-per-view, but I'm not sure on that, so we'll just have to wait and see, because since the brand extension came back, everything's it's like it was with the brand extension before, but it's different, so you gotta kind of look things up and whatnot. Like SmackDown No Mercy was the most recent one this past Sunday. It was a pretty good pay-per-view overall. It was nice to see that idiot Miz finally lose the title that he shouldn't have had in the first place. I don't know whose bright idea it was to put him in the main event of WrestleMania 27, but that was a big mistake. I mean, bad option. That's one reason why WrestleMania 27 really isn't all that great. I mean, the best match on the card was easily The Undertaker versus Triple H, no holds barred. Easy. Edge's last match was at WrestleMania 27, but you didn't know it was his last match then. I mean, it was good, not one of his best ones, obviously, but it's against Alberto Del Rio for the World Heavyweight title at the time. Yeah. Overall, the WrestleMania 27, it is what it is. I mean, other than the Undertaker match, I mean, watch it on YouTube though, because if you go to get the DVD or whatever Blu-ray of it, it's the music is edited. You're not gonna hear Johnny Cash's "Ain't No Grave" when Undertaker comes out to the ring, and you're not gonna hear Metallica's "For Whom the Bell Tolls" that Triple H picked. So you're going to hear overdubbed music if you buy the DVD or Blu-ray, because I made the mistake of buying the DVD used when it came out. A mistake I never made again. So if you want to see it uncut the way it was, you got to watch it on YouTube or download it, whatever, to have it. The interesting thing is that they used a Metallica song for the Cell doing their Hell in the Cell match at WrestleMania 28 with Shawn Michaels as special guest referee. So the ironic thing is that I have the Blu-ray of WrestleMania 28 and the music's intact, everything's intact. And WrestleMania 28 was actually a pretty stacked card. The whole show was good. I mean, Daniel Bryan lost the title in 18 seconds. Well, that's what you get for not paying attention. Gave Sheamus such an easy mark. But, you know, whatever. I see that WWE's claiming that Paige violated their wellness policy. I doubt that. They have a grudge against Del Rio, so she's who's left the company, so she's paying for it. Same thing they did with CM Punk. I mean, they really need to grow up. I mean, you can't do that. I mean, she's probably gonna end up leaving the company too. So. The thing is that they'll blacklist these people. So they did with CM Punk. I have this book on the Undertaker that I picked up that talks about all his WrestleMania matches. Except one. Yeah, the one against CM Punk isn't in there. You'll notice that they skip over that if you look at it. So, the issue that they got with CM Punk is still an issue, apparently. So, as you can see, they don't really let things go. I mean, all he wanted was to main event WrestleMania one time, and that's not that much to ask, especially when you gave the main event to somebody like The Miz at WrestleMania 27. The difference is CM Punk actually has talent in the ring. Is he an MMA or a UFC fighter? Probably not. And from what I understand, I didn't see the UFC match, but I don't think that's going to get any better. You get dominated like that quickly, I mean, it ain't gonna last. Even the president of UFC, Dana White, says that he shouldn't fight UFC. And he's probably right on that. It's one thing to watch the fights, but not everybody's cut out to do it. Could somebody like The Undertaker do it? Maybe if he was a little bit younger. I mean, he probably could still handle it now, simply because he's they call him the best pure striker in the WWE. He is quick with his fists that he calls soup bowls. So yeah, I think if he really wanted to, he could hold his own in UFC or MMA. I mean, he uses MMA gloves and that Hell's Gate submission hold is a modified MMA hold, so it's possible. I mean, nobody thought Brock can do it, and he did it. Goldberg's done it. Ken Shamrock has done it. So, and CM Punk, I think he just, I don't know how bad he really wanted to be a MMA fighter. I think he just wanted to do something besides pro wrestling. At least that's what he claims. But he may not have much of a choice. He may have to come back. WWE should just swallow their pride and bring him back anyways, because he'd be good for the company. But they're gonna probably blacklist Del Rio and Page the way they've done CM Punk and stuff like that. But that's sinking low in my opinion. Hope to have a guest on this show soon. Like I said, this is only the second episode. You hear me refer it to, as I said before, Wrestle Chat or Wrestling Chat in the first video. That's because that's what I was originally thinking of calling it that, but well, I can't really say that either. I mean, I was originally thinking Wrestle Zone, but I forgot that when I was filming the first one. I was actually thinking of my friend's show on YouTube. It's called Wrestle Chat. So I just was on my mind. I actually filmed another video before that one that day. So, but yeah, it's called show's called Wrestle Zone, and it's a wrestling talk show, and I'll do it every chance I get. These will vary in length. They're not going to be like any set amount, like an hour or 2 hours. It's going to be whatever it takes to say what I want to say. So, and I think I pretty much said that today. I'm looking forward to Raw next week and seeing Goldberg and what he has to say, because I think that'll be a good match. It was interesting to see AJ Styles retain over the what the hell is his name? John Cena and Dean Ambrose said No Mercy for the WWE Championship, or whatever the hell they call it now. The WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Well, same difference. There's a little controversy in the match itself, or toward the end, but you'll see it if you watch it. I'm not going to spoil it. But that's about it. That's all I have. That's all I can think of for now. So I'll see y'all again soon, and you have a nice day.